I remember, even though I'm not of like, I'm just below 30 years old, I remember that Indira Gandhi went for the nationalization of banks and getting rid of Zamindari system or Zagidari system or like what you have in Sindh and Punjab areas. So why don't you guys go for that kind of system? Is it that no one is willing to take that, or no one is willing to tell that cat, or is it very tough to bring in those reforms? What is the problem with Pakistan?
There are three things. First of all, because when you said Indira Gandhi, and we would also have to credit Nehru for this because he was the one who had that whole communist and socialist ideology. So you guys certainly had a basis for that. When it comes to Muslims or Islam or Pakistan for that matter, nobody right now, like we have a big divide if Islam allows land reforms or not. It might be an alien thing to you that why are we looking things from the perspective of Islam, but that's how a normal Pakistani Muslim looks at it. So there's one intellectual or ideological debate, which might not be as significant, but it is still there. The second thing that you have to consider is that our democracy is not as stable. So a lot of jagirdars and vaderas and all the landowners and landlords that you might say are involved into politics, and they do play the establishment game. They are being used by establishment. So why would the state make rules against them when they can use them, right? And if you make rules against them, you cannot use them anymore. So it's more of an intrinsic problem. Second thing, because we don't have a stability and we have the whole propaganda going on from our in our politics for at least the last 15 years, right? We're not stable. We don't vote on policies. If you look at our if you look at our politics, it's all over the place. It's about people more, the muhabbat and nafrat of people, like the love and hatred of people, but not about policies. So that's why nobody is willing to take that political risk. You were right there. Nobody is willing to belt the cat, but the problem is more entrenched. It will only be solved once we have some political stability, because political stability would make people to vote on policies, and only then you can stand on a policy. But you cannot stand on such a drastic policy, and in Pakistan context it is drastic, if you know that the democracy is not stable. People might not vote for you, and even if they vote, the vote that comes out by the establishment, you might not even be elected. So why would you
But
take
but
that risk,
but
right?
sorry to interrupt you, but
Go
my
ahead.
question is that if people are feeling the brunt of increase in the cost prices and inflation, there must be something in their mind that they will be thinking that why is this happening?
Believe me, a lot of people are not thinking that. Believe me, I hate to admit this, but not a lot of people in Pakistan are politically that educated, and they just blame, if they are from Imran Khan's party, they would blame Nawaz Sharif. Okay, he is the one who created all the inflation thing.
Yeah, and
If you're,
also sorry to interrupt you once
go
again.
ahead, go ahead.
And also interesting thing is that when Imran Khan claims that I want to be like China, he doesn't even elaborate it by saying that what kind of policies that China has brought in their late 40s and early 50s to grow to this level which we are seeing now. Like
See,
they abolished our.
that's the politics in there, right? Because he has a lot of landowners and stuff in his party. Obviously, once he says that, he would not have that political support or the financial for that matter. So nobody is willing to take that risk because they know that they need to have a certain level of support from such factors to go ahead. And this would
And
still remain until we fix our political system. That is true democracy. So, and as I said, I hate to admit this, but not a lot of people even understand this in Pakistan. So once they do not understand this, there's no way that they would be advocating for it, right?
And one more thing is that, do
Go
you
ahead.
think if Imran Khan gets elected once again,
Mhm.
I don't see getting elected once again because he's at loggerheads with your neutrals, obviously. So I don't think it is going to happen. But if God forbid if it happens, do you think he's going to go for land reforms?
I'm
If
pretty
he
sure.
if he's
I'm
got
pretty sure he would not, and because if you see the people who are around him, right? Jahangir Tareen was to be one. He's not there now, but he was a big landowner. Shah Mahmood Qureshi, all the people that are around him, they benefit from that system. That is one. Second thing, and I would be honest with you, I do not really think that even Imran Khan understands the gravity of this situation. I would be honest with you. I do see him as a naive politician, where he lacks depth. So
I, I
I
would like
really
to
I really don't
I
think
would
he would
like
go
to
for that.
I would like to contradict with you on that, because
Sure, sure, sure. Go ahead, go ahead.
no politician is naive. Actually, they are playing according to their audiences. Because
You are so right on that. You are so right on that.
most of Imran Khan's audiences comes from late 30s and early 20s and below that. So obviously, and the average population age of Pakistan is even less than that of India.
It
That is
certainly is.
something
It
around
certainly
26
is.
or 27. So I don't think he's going to. He's not knowing the gravity of the situation. He's just doing it for the sake of his politics or his seat.
Yeah,
And
we can differ on that, but ultimately it gives the same result, right? It would
obviously,
you would not
I do agree with you.
dispute that
I do agree
happening,
with you
right?
on that.
We may
I do agree
differ
with
on
you.
the reason, but we know that this is needed. We know that this is not going to happen in at least the coming future, and all what we can do is fix the system from the basis of it, so that at least we can talk about it.